This is for husbands, and I know a lot of wives watch these videos for their husbands because they want to know, what's he telling him? Ladies, if you don't mind, I'm going to direct this to your husband. Sir, if you use this little, I don't want to call it a technique, but if you have this in your quiver, this will really change the dynamic of your relationship. I'm going to back this up with a few other things, okay? And I'm going to start not with the technique, you might say. I'm going to start with a warning. I'm going to tell you the things that really disrupt the positive flow within your marriage, to the point of where these may bring an end to your marriage if you're not careful. One of those things is anger. I had a friend. I used to be a divorce mediator until 2001 when I started helping people with their marriages. And as a divorce mediator, I had a good friend. He was a Navy SEAL before he became a divorce mediator and a lawyer, and he taught law and family law. And he once described, because we were going over these things that we've learned about couples and about marriage, and he said, the trouble is that most men don't get it. Now, this is a SEAL, okay? Once a SEAL, always a SEAL. And he said, imagine you're walking down the street and you have a bodyguard, and he pulls out his weapon and he says, you know what I could do with this? Your reaction is going to be to want to fire that character because he's exposing to you what he can effectively do to you. So men, we use anger, but sometimes anger uses us, and it gets mixed up because we're not taught about anger. Literally, you can eliminate anger entirely from your mind, from your heart. It can be abolished. Now, that doesn't mean 100%. Even I still occasionally get angry. Not very often, and then I get rid of it fast, but occasionally it pops up. But what you should never, ever, ever do, think of anger as your weapon, is you should never let your wife see it. It's one of the biggest things that undermines the relationship between you and your wife. So don't use it. So what should you use? Well, a woman is really attached for nature reasons. We have a subconscious mind, and nature has put within us certain attributes. Let's call them attributes. And in women, one of the attributes is an attachment to her beauty. Her beauty, no matter who she is very important to her. And she could protest and say, no, I don't care. Well, rarely does that happen. But women are very into their beauty. It's a power that they actually have. It's a power. And it's how we got connected with our wives in the first place. We saw their beauty. If you recognize their beauty, and there's a billion trillion ways to do so, and you are to the point of where you're thinking, I'm just flattering her. No, you don't want to fake it. You don't want to falsely flatter her, but it's okay to flatter her. There's nothing wrong with that. She's your wife. It's kind of your job to tell her how amazing she looks, how beautiful her hair is, how beautiful her eyes are, and so forth. And don't do it like on her birthday. Do it all the time. Think of it as watering a plant. The plant, in this case, is your wife's heart. And it will open up to you if you're consciously making her aware of how you see her beauty all the time. And when you start doing this, in the beginning, if you have not been doing it, and trust me, I've worked with hundreds of women, And they almost all of them tell me he never tells me that I'm beautiful unless he wants to have sex with me. So put out of your mind that you want to have sex with her. Just let her know how beautiful she is, because she is. And in your eyes, she holds the highest place because of her beauty. It really will make a difference. Now, I want to share with you some of the things that we offer at the Marriage Foundation, because we're really all about saving marriages. And then I'm going to give you another technique at the end of this. So we have a couple of books that I wrote. One is Lessons for a Happy Marriage. It was the first book I wrote. And then when I started training marriage counselors, I wrote another book called Breaking the Cycle. They're both great. You could check them out on Amazon. But really, if you're having difficulties with your marriage, then we have an online course. We have one for women too, but one for men. It's off the charts. It's based on science, and it's based on physical science, psychophysiological science, and spiritual science. In other words, it's based on 2 and 2 always equals 4. Just works. And we have a lot of good reviews from it, and you will get so much out of that if you need it. Well, anyway, that's it. Let me give you a technique now. This is a communication technique, okay? So in this technique, what you're doing is you're consciously stopping your mind from hurrying up. One of the things that we do wrong in communication, regardless of whether it's with our wife or just with someone else, is we're hurrying up. We want to get to the point. And in fact, what we usually do is we're waiting for our turn to talk, to make our point. So the technique is zip the lip. Just shut up and listen. That's what it's all about. And really listen and tell yourself, I don't have to say anything in response, because you don't. Our mind tells us, and it's based on subconscious fear, based on the subconscious, subconscious drive to survive, but we don't have to respond to things that are said to us. So just listen. That's the technique. It's that simple. I'm Paul Friedman. I hope you like this video. Leave a comment, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel, and come back and visit us. If you need some help with something, go to our website. We have a link to ask a counselor, and it's free. God bless you, and take care.